hello. Today we're not out in the country but in the heart of Newcastle, and we're going to look at some old familiar buildings that you'll recognise, but I hope that through the eyes of our camera you'll be seeing them in a new way. They're old buildings, they're old friends, you might say, if buildings can be friends, and I think they can be. Up here on Nobby's Breakwater, where we're setting out on our little walk around Newcastle today, I've got with me three fellows who've spent quite a bit of time looking into the fascinating history of Newcastle. There's Doug Lithgow, who's the president of the Hunter Manning National Parks Association, Brian Seuters, who's a well-known local architect in Newcastle, and Jeff Stevenson, who's the chairman of the National Trust's Historic Buildings Committee for the Newcastle area. They're the experts. I'm just coming along for the walk, and I hope that with our camera crew you'll join us in a journey through the heart of a city.
We'll have a look at Nobby's as it is today and as it was, and the Breakwater and Fort Scratchley. Probably many of you have never seen into Fort Scratchley. Well, we'll be able to see what's there, and we'll have a look at some of the terrace housing at Newcastle East and some of the other historic buildings.
We'll be moving on to have a look at the Bond Store in Telford Street, the fine Newcastle Customs House, which has been magnificently preserved, and then moving over the road to have a look at the Newcastle Railway Station. And I guess many of you have come into town on the trains at times, but probably just never taken the opportunity to have a look at this fine old building.
As an architect, I'm interested in buildings, and I'd like to share some of that interest with you today. We're going to look at buildings such as the Longworth Institute, the Post Office and Police Station Group, and finally we're going to look at the Wood Street Tech Building. Now, all these buildings not only have an architectural quality, but they also reflect something of the social and historical character of this city and its development.
Well, we start our journey with Doug Lithgow describing the earliest journey of all, Captain Cook coming up the New South Wales coast in 1770.
Captain Cook, in his log on May the 10th, 1770, described the island as a small clump of an island lying close inshore. When Cook noted this in his log, the island was twice its present height, that is 203 feet high. The removal of this most distinctive landmark caused a storm of public protest, naturally, and the demolition was halted after a public protest meeting held in Newcastle on June the 21st, 1854. Sailing ships, as they came under the lee of the island, would lose steering way and drift across onto the oyster banks. The development of the steamship has made it quite unnecessary to remove Nobby's. In fact, today Nobby's is used as a signal station, in fact, and an aid to navigation. Nobby's, unfortunately, has never had the care that was truly due to it as the symbol of Newcastle. And nor has Macquarie's Pier, which connects Nobby's Island with the mainland, been looked after in any way by the authorities. Even now you can see the old stonework, how it's been mutilated by the dumping of rubbish, and in other places the dimension stonework, which shows the marks of the stonemason's scutch, has been covered over with, in a very rude way, with just ugly concrete. From right in the heart of the city in Market Street, you can look across the harbour, the busy harbour, and see Nobby's. Indeed, it's a symbol of Newcastle, Nobby's, and was for many years on the coat of arms, the council's coat of arms. Nobby's, unfortunately, has never had the care that was truly due to it as the symbol of Newcastle. What really is needed is a comprehensive plan which tries to maintain the integrity of the landscape and add to the dignity that it really deserves. Boatman's Row is an excellent example of English terrace architecture. Its simple lines are really quite exquisite, and this building was built in 1892 to house the rowers that manned the lifeboats that went out to save ships off Newcastle in heavy storms. On the other side of the street we have Port Scratchley. From the earliest days, guns were in position on this hill, which was known as Allen's Hill at the time, and it was originally the harbour master's, the site of the harbour master's cottage. A beacon was established on the hill in 1822, which was fired from coal, which was actually mined from underneath the beacon. And Newcastle's first export of coal was taken from Allen's Hill in 1799. Nobbies, the breakwater, the Boatman's Row and the area of the foreshore there comprise a most distinctive historic area.